You know how some love stories start with candlelit dinners, slow-motion meet-cutes, or long, longing gazes under cherry blossom trees? Yeah, this isn't one of those stories. This begins with a mop, a slippery hallway, and a very dramatic fall. In St. Celestine Medical Center, 6:32 a.m. The day shift has just begun. Nurses scurry, coffee brews, someone is already complaining about the AC. And there she is, our heroine, Clarice. Janitress. 20-something, petite but fierce. Armed with lemon-scented disinfectant and a playlist titled, Mop Till You Drop. Oh, and surprise, she's also a third-year night law student. But no one here knows that. To everyone in this hospital, she's just the cleaning girl who hums Taylor Swift while scrubbing the OR. And then enters Dr. Adrian Rivas. Surgeon, tall, arrogant, probably flosses with imported mint string. Nicknamed Dr. Doom behind his back because he's never smiled. Ever. Clarice's mop met his designer shoes at 6:35 a.m. Literally. He slip. Clarice, panicking. Oh my gosh, are you okay, sir? I just waxed that spot. Dr. Adrian, groaning. You waxed the floor during hospital rounds? Clarice. I didn't expect anyone to come flying in like Batman. And just like that, a feud was born. The janitress and the surgeon. Soap and scalpel. Bleach and Botox. Every encounter after that was a mess. He complained about her timing. She complained about his attitude. She mumbled snarky things under her breath. He heard all of them. But, late one night, Clarice was taking a break by the hospital rooftop, reading her constitutional law notes by flashlight, because budget. And Dr. Adrian, he was there too. Trying to forget a botched surgery. Trying to breathe. Clarice, startled. Oh, sorry, didn't know this rooftop was VIP access only. Dr. Adrian, didn't know janitresses read the Constitution. Oh no, he didn't. Clarice, coldly. Didn't know surgeons could be this snobbish after hours. And then, silence. Followed by a chuckle. His. Dr. Adrian. Okay, that was funny. Clarice. That's called personality, you should try it sometime. And there, on a dim rooftop, something small and strange began. Not quite friendship, not yet romance. Just something. But here's the twist you didn't see coming. Clarice, she's not just a janitress. Not just a law student. She's also the long-lost daughter of Don Sebastian Villanueva, founder and owner of the very hospital where she scrubs toilets. Only, she doesn't know that. Yet. But someone does. A pair of eyes, watching from the security monitor, zooming in on Clarice's ID badge, smirking. Love is messy. Hospitals are complicated. But destiny? Destiny mops the floor and wears rubber gloves. In the hospital cafeteria. 12:45 p.m. Clarice sits alone reviewing her case briefs with one hand and eating instant pancit canton with the other. Across the room, Dr. Adrian is surrounded by nurses laughing, smirking. That's as close as he gets. But his eyes? They keep darting toward Clarice. She's mouthing legal terms between bites like she's on trial with her noodles. He is intrigued, annoyed, confused. Dr. Adrian, to himself. Why does she read about constitutional rights like it's a love letter? Nurse Patty, leaning in. She's weird, but smart. Saw her solving a Rubik's Cube using her foot once. He tells himself he doesn't care. Which of course means he totally does. Later that day, ER hallway. A code blue is announced. Clarice, wiping down the counters, pauses to let the doctors rush past. Then she sees it. The patient is an elderly woman clutching a locket. Inside, a faded picture of Don Sebastian Villanueva, the hospital's elusive owner. Clarice stares. Her mop drops. Clarice, softly. Wait, that's the same photo my mom hid under her mattress. She picks it up, heart racing. She's been searching for her roots ever since her mother died. An old letter hinted at a man named Sebastian. But a hospital owner? That would explain the weird way some guards nodded her, or the time HR accidentally called her Miss Villanueva, and panicked. Oh yes, the mop, it's about to hit the fan. In the doctor's lounge, later that evening, Clarice knocks. Dr. Adrian opens the door mid-shirt change. Clarice, averting eyes. I need a favor. Dr. Adrian, buttoning up, amused. Floor too slippery again? Clarice, firm. I need access to the hospital archives, staff records, year 1996. Dr. Adrian. Why? Clarice, serious now. Because I think this hospital belongs to my father. Boom. Love? Yes, maybe, but also, mystery, inheritance. And at least 3 people who don't want Clarice to find out the truth. Including one board member currently shredding documents in the admin office. But more on that later. She came here for a part-time job. She might leave with a father. A future. And maybe a surgeon with trust issues. But hey, first things first. Time to uncover the past. In the St. Celestine Records Room 10:13 p.m. Dr. Adrian stands with arms crossed, already regretting his life decisions. Dr. Adrian. This is illegal. I'm a doctor. I swore an oath. Clarice, flashing a mischievous grin. And I'm a future lawyer. I'll represent us both. She picks the lock with a bobby pin. Because of course she can. Inside dust, filing cabinets, and a broken electric fan spinning like it just gave up on life. They split up. Adrian goes for the digital records. Clarice digs through the analog files. Then, she freezes. A folder. Labeled, Villanueva S. Paternity Acknowledgement, 1996. She opens it. And there it is. A birth certificate. Clarice Marie D. Reyes. Father, Don Sebastian L. Villanueva. Clarice, whispering. It's real. It's actually real. She turns to Dr. Adrian, tears brimming, hands shaking. Clarice. This hospital, he's my father. I wasn't just making it up. Dr. Adrian, blinking slowly. I believe you. And for the first time ever, Dr. Doom smiles. A real one. Tiny, but real. But don't cue the happy ending yet. Because in the shadows of the hallway, someone is watching. Board member Marla Del Rosario. Vice President of Hospital Operations. Keeper of secrets. Eater of interns. She pulls out her phone and sends a text. She found it. Plan B begins. M. In the cafeteria next morning. Clarice walks in with a new glow. Still in her janitress uniform, but there's a weight lifted from her shoulders. She knows who she is now. Dr. Adrian, meanwhile, is pretending to read a medical journal, but actually watching her stir coffee like it's a dramatic monologue. But just as she's about to sit, HR manager rushing in. Clarice Reyes, report to admin office immediately. Clarice is about to be fired for unauthorized access and tampering with sensitive hospital documents. Secrets have consequences, even when they're true. But Clarice, she's no ordinary janitress. She's a law student, a daughter, and she's just getting started.
Outside the hospital gates, 3:17 p.m. Clarice sits on a bench, staring at the ID badge that just got revoked. Her phone buzzes. It's a message from her law professor. Don't forget, mock trial tomorrow. Be ready to crush opposing counsel. She laughs bitterly. Clarice, can I file an emotional damage case against the universe? A voice interrupts. Dr. Adrian, you could, but I don't think you'd win. The universe has excellent lawyers. She turns. He's holding 2 cups of cheap coffee from the vending machine. Clarice, half smiling. I just got fired, Adrian? Dr. Adrian, handing her coffee. Then let's sue them. I'll write angry medical notes. The man's starting to crack. Once a heart surgeon, now a heart thief. Okay, that was cheesy. But look at them. In Don Sebastian Villanueva's mansion, that evening. Marla del Rosario slinks into the private study. Don Sebastian sits by the fireplace, wearing a robe that probably costs more than your car. Marla, she found the documents. She's already digging. Don Sebastian sighs. She deserves the truth. She's my daughter. Marla, coldly. She's also a janitress. Imagine what the board would say. Don Sebastian? She's more than a mop. She's my legacy. He opens a drawer, revealing an envelope. Inside, an official letter, his last will and testament, with Clarisse's name on it. And just like that, she's not just the hidden daughter, she's the heir. To the hospital, to the empire, to everything. But guess who doesn't want that? Yep, Marla, while in the law school mock trial, the next day. Clarisse walks in late, hair tied back, eyes tired. But she's ready. Opposing counsel? None other than Lucas Del Rosario. Yes, Marla's nephew, top of the class, and a total mansplainer. Lucas, smirking. I hope you came prepared, Janitress. Clarisse, deadpan. Hope you brought tissues, for your rebuttals. She destroys him, objecting like a queen, citing precedents like their Disney quotes. The judges, impressed. The classmates, shook. Lucas, defeated. Outside the courtroom, Dr. Adrian waits by the exit with flowers. He claims they're for her mock trial victory, but we all know. Clarisse laughs. Don't tell me you skipped a surgery for this? Dr. Adrian, grinning. I did, but it was a toenail extraction, not exactly a season finale. They look at each other. There's a pause, a heartbeat. Then, Dr. Adrian, I think I like you, even if you mop better than you flirt. Clarisse, and I think I like you, even if you flirt like a medical disclaimer. Love is messy, like hospital floors, but sometimes it's the janitress who cleans it up and rewrites the story. And Clarisse? She's not just rewriting her story, she's coming for the throne. In the hospital boardroom, Monday 9 a.m., Clarisse walks in. No mop, no uniform, just a crisp white blouse, black slacks, and that I read the terms and conditions stare. Dr. Adrian is already seated beside her. The room is tense, like someone just declared war via email. Marla sits at the head of the table, sipping coffee like she invented caffeine. Marla, this emergency board meeting has been called to address the disturbing claims regarding Miss Reyes and her so-called inheritance. Clarisse, smiling sweetly. Disturbing? I prefer the term legally binding. She slaps a copy of the will on the table. Boom! That's the sound of every board member's jaw hitting the floor in slow motion. Board member number 2. Is this legit? Don Sebastian, entering dramatically. It is. I signed it. And she's my daughter. Everyone turns. Clarisse. Hi, Dad. She said it. Out loud. In the hospital rooftop. Later that day, Clarisse and Dr. Adrian take a break from the chaos. The city below buzzes. The air smells like disinfectant and revolution. Dr. Adrian, did you just casually dethrone the most feared woman in the hospital? Clarisse, not dethroned yet. Just loosened a few screws on the chair. They laugh. They look at each other. And for a second, time slows down. Until, Clarisse, softly. Do you ever wish things were simple? Like, I don't know, just a janitress and a grumpy doctor flirting in the hallway? Dr. Adrian, I do. But then I wouldn't get to fall for the most complicated, brilliant, mop-wielding law student in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, that was smooth, like ICU floors post-disinfection. In Marla's office. Meanwhile, Marla is pacing. Lucas, her nephew, walks in, still bitter from the mock trial embarrassment. Marla, they're getting too close, too powerful. We need leverage. She opens a drawer. Inside, a sealed envelope labeled Reyes Case, Confidential. Lucas, reading, You think this will stop her? Marla, smirking, No, but it will ruin her. And just like that, the mop is about to hit the fan, because Clarisse's rise is about to meet a hidden case file that could flip everything upside down. In the hospital boardroom emergency meeting, 3 p.m. Clarisse walks in with confidence. Don Sebastian is seated beside her, frail but firm. Dr. Adrian stands behind her like an emotional bodyguard with a medical degree. Marla stands smug, waving a folder labeled Confidential like it's the smoking gun in a courtroom drama. Marla, to the board. Before you let her mop her way to the CEO's chair, perhaps you should know, Clarisse Reyes was expelled from law school 2 years ago for fraudulent documentation. Gasps, clutching of pearls. One guy drops his phone. Clarisse, calmly. That's interesting. Except I was never expelled. Marla, grinning. It's all here. Signed, sealed. Clarisse, cutting in. And fake. She pulls out her own file, slams it on the table. Official transcript, dean's letter, graduation photo, complete with awkward smile. Clarisse? Nice Photoshop work though. Who forged the dean's signature? Lucas? Lucas, from the corner, sweating. I just printed what you gave me. Wow. Betrayal and incompetence. Classic combo. In the hospital lobby. Moments later, the board votes. It's unanimous. Marla is removed. Clarisse is named legal successor. Dr. Adrian immediately spills his coffee from excitement, or nerves. Mostly nerves. The janitress just became the boss. The stethoscope just found its rhythm. And Marla? Well, she found the exit. In the hospital rooftop, Sunset Clarice and Adrian sit side by side, legs dangling over the edge. No more secrets, no more mops. Dr. Adrian. So, what now, boss lady? Clarice, grinning. Now? I fix what's broken, starting with the HR department, and maybe the vending machines. He laughs. Then a pause. Dr. Adrian. I meant us. Clarice, mock dramatic. Are you asking to be promoted to boyfriend? Dr. Adrian, playful. Only if there's dental. And finally, after all the spills, secrets and scandals, they kiss. Not a slow, dramatic one. Just the kind of kiss that says we survived a hospital soap opera and still like each other. 1 month later, Clarice, now CEO in training, gives a speech at the hospital's employee assembly, wearing heels, holding a clipboard, but still catching a janitor who missed a spot on the tile and mopping it herself before the camera pans. Clarice, to the crowd. I started here as a janitress, but what matters more than titles is heart, and maybe clean floors. Crowd laughs. Adrian winks. Marla is now managing a pharmacy kiosk in a mall. Justice. Sometimes the best love stories start in the messiest places. Like a mop closet. The end. Follow, like and share for more.